Okay, this again is the title, obviously, is Tony Robbins Guidelines. This is in the context of accountability video updates. I've been going through a lot of difficulties lately. A lot of people praying for me. I've been praying. Finances have been very tight. Really appreciate prayers. And part of the answered prayer, God kept guiding me back to Tony Robbins. My brother sent me a few things from him over the years. They were always kind of helpful, and they stuck with me. I mean, he sends me a lot of stuff, and I read a lot of stuff, but it's only a tiny percent that sticks. You remember much later. It was often his materials that were most useful. So I went online, did some searching, and there are on YouTube, oh my gosh, probably 30 or 40 different clips from 1 minute to 3 minutes, some of them 15, 20 minutes, a couple of them an hour. I haven't seen the hour ones yet. And one particular one was with Oprah Winfrey, went to his seminar, and quite interesting. And so what I have here is kind of a combination of some of the lessons that he used over and over again to different audiences. He doesn't go in a really strict linear way, kind of like I do. He kind of wings it from the stage. It depends on the audience and the energy and the illustrations. He'll say a little this, a little that, a little the other. So it's kind of like a patch job. I haven't read any books by him, but I guess if he wrote a book or did a workbook, this would be a more linear way. This is kind of like, I guess it's snippets from Tony Robbins. Go to him on YouTube. You can see a lot there. Really, really helpful for me in this stage. And likewise, for other people, I think it would be helpful. People that are kind of stuck and going through transitions or troubles or need to move on. And so the first thing, so the first thing he says is you need to get a realistic assessment of the present. See it as it really is and not worse. And that's really important. How is it right here, right now? See it. I mean, with finances, health, relationships, weather, whatever, just how it really, really is. And we tend to exaggerate in our mind or imagination, but it's what it is. It's not something other than that. Don't make it worse, just how it is. And then get a clear, compelling vision of the future. So how you want it to be. You want to lose weight, quit smoking, have great relationships, start a business, start a ministry, plant a church. Get a clear vision of that. And note too, clear and compelling. And a lot of people talk about visualization, affirmations, that kind of stuff. But it's kind of like his pivot or his fulcrum or his really important thing that he says lots of people for lots of years, but he's been for three decades. Like the 80s, he started into this thing, so he's really been for a long time. Works for him, works a lot for tens of thousands of other people. There's a lot of little startup wannabe gurus. He really is a granddaddy, kind of like, well, I could mention other granddaddies, but I won't right now. I think you Grow Rich Guy and Dale Carnegie and Nightingale. So he's kind of like the next. He's a generation right after them and before a lot of these other current guys was Tony Robbins. But clear, compelling vision, real important. And then to take massive actions. So he's not with a camp of kind of like The Secret and just believe, just visualize and believe, or just ask and expect. There's a place for that, but he's really into actions, and that's about having a plan and taking actions, a logical, reasonable plan. And if you cannot take the actions, then you have internal conflicts. That was a really big wake up for me. Oh, if I know what to do, and I'm a planner, if you're not, you have internal conflicts. And he said they need to be resolved. And when internal conflicts are resolved, the action will come easily, then the vision will come easily. And he also said about those conflicts, then a lot of them have to do with fears. Great amount, everybody has fears. And we're not really conscious of them, but when you start to really take massive action to your vision, you will. For me, those include fear of rejection, fear of failure, and fear of success, which I'll go into more later. But again, this is the context out of which I found those obstacles. I didn't find those by listening to some sermon or going to some devotional or going on a prayer walk. It was because I tried to take action and I couldn't because these things kept jamming me up. And be addressed. I'll get into more of that later. So I hope this is helpful to you. Again, I welcome your comments, suggestions, and questions.